this. And they were just telling me all these things. And I could have listened to that. And I could have said, you know what? Okay. And I could have just put myself back to where I was. But I knew in my heart that there was something to this. I knew in my gut that there was something to this, and I could see it. And I always say that the thought of what if is the worst thing of all. Like, I would rather know and fail than not know and always wonder, what if this could have done something for me? What if I could have been good at it? What if I could have made an extra $1,000? Or what if I could have taken my family on a vacation, but I just wasn't willing to try? And so that what if for me, I just couldn't take it. I was like, no way. Like, I have got to do this. So I, after months of like torturing myself, like we all do, I know Rachel over here, she'll tell you a little bit about her. She said no for a really long time, right?
I did.
Like,
I
how
told
long?
you, I think I told you no for a little over a year and a half.
Okay,
and
you guys.
And it wasn't because it honestly, it was because I came from the industry. We've all tried something in the past, and I just didn't want to entertain it again. And I was content in my life. And sometimes I feel like we just get in the ruts of our lives where we think that we are good. And I was in an incredible place in my life. But when you approached me about this, who knew that this opportunity was really going to be different than other things that have been approached to me in the past? So it's been incredible to watch your journey, and to watch not just your journey, but I've been blessed to be able to meet just a lot of people who started this business with you or along the way or a year in after you. And to just see the difference that it's made for their households. I feel like when timing meets opportunity, you have to jump on it. And so that's why when you came here to my house to share it with me way later, it opened up my mind, because I really said, you know what she was sharing with me really was authentic and true. And it's still early enough to jump on board and maximize it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and the fact that for me, hearing people say these negative things to people, right? Or to see people want to do this, but they have that fear from someone else, or, just to hear someone say, well, I don't think you should do that because it's a scheme or whatever. I just think back and go, what if I would have listened to someone? What if I would have taken that advice instead of following my gut, my intuition, and knowing like I wanted to try this? And I was getting choked up earlier because my life wouldn't be what it is today at all. And that is a huge, huge statement to see where I was and where I'm at now. And I literally can just make my own self emotional over this, because it really has been the best decision I have ever made. To work hard, to go for this, to see the vision, to see the opportunity and run with it and not look back has been the best thing ever. And it like breaks my heart to think that I could have listened to someone who was, I don't know, envious, jealous, naive, whatever, content in whatever they were doing, and it would have stopped me from pursuing my dreams for my family. And that's what I don't want anybody to ever, I don't want that to happen to anyone, because I know this opportunity is so big and so real. So with that being said, I kind of wanted to get on here and just talk about direct sales in general, and talk about, obviously this is an amazing, amazing industry. And if you have had a tugging on your heart to join something like this, if you have wanted something of your own, even when I talk about how my life has changed over the last 2 years, I got a really, really cool, fun award in Nashville. But
we'll tell them up. Hold on, because a lot of these people on here don't know about your award, Britt. So you have to share.
You share.
Okay, well, let me talk about Britt just for a second.
It's easier when someone else talks about it.
So this girl right here, she was looking for something. I remember conversations that we had a couple years ago, and it's, especially as a mommy, I mean, for any of you mommies out there who are listening to this, we can tend to just get lost in our identity of kids and just taking care of the household and making sure that things are going well at home. And we almost lose our sense of purpose, even though our purpose is in our children. You know, we find purpose in our children. And I remember you specifically saying, I just want more. Like, I just want something for myself. And so I'm blown away that, you know, you saw something and you didn't care. Like, most people are not willing to take a risk. And I feel like it's because they allow fear, intimidation, self-doubt. It's all a mind thing to get in the way. At the end of the day, we need to throw something on the wall and see what sticks. And we'll never know if we can find success in something unless we try. And so if I could just brag on Brittany just for a second, you know, she grabbed this business and she said, you know what? I am going to go into this business with persistence, with determination, with consistency, and I am going to be living proof. She made it proof, excuse me, not proof, proof that she was going to make a decision, that she was going to show everybody that this business model works, and it truly does. And so in less than 2 years, Britt has made over $1 million in this company. And so just last week when they were in Nashville for the leadership conference, she was given just $1 million jacket and she was recognized. And you guys, she's not any different, and I love her to death, but she's not any different than you listening to this right here. You know, she was a stay-at-home mama with 3 kids, homeschooling her kids. Her husband's a firefighter. She was busy. And we all can tend to have that excuse that, oh, well, I'm too busy. But at the end of the day, you know, you fit this in between the cracks of your life. And I always tell people, you know, the more that we take a risk on something, and then we work it and we stay consistent, as we get a paycheck in your pocket, this is intended to be part-time. It's not intended to be full-time right out of the gate. And as you're getting a paycheck in your pocket, we're obviously going to begin to gain more of your attention. And so you did that, Britt. You did that in less than 2 years. You made over $1 million with this company. And I know you never in a million years thought that would happen, especially that quickly.
No, I did. I really didn't. And, you know, I was sitting on the airplane flying to Nashville, and I knew that this award was coming. I knew that they were going to be recognizing me for this. And I was trying to explain what this jacket represented. And when I say I don't want anybody to not experience this, it's not even monetarily, because you can make $1,000, but the friendships you gain and the community you gain and the self growth that you gain, or just becoming a better version of yourself, all these different things are interwoven into this business. And I feel like that in itself is priceless, and you can't put a price tag on that. And so when I was talking about this jacket and what it represented for me, it wasn't just $1 million. In fact, it was everything but $1 million. It was all the other things. And I can get choked up all the time thinking about it. Okay, so this is why we don't talk about this stuff. But I really can't. I can get choked up, and this is what I look like on stage, you guys. I was crying, and I was really overwhelmed and really grateful because, you know, back when I was in high school, you know, I would see these different groups. I was never a part of ASB. I was never a part of the drama club or the theater club or whatever you want to, all the clubs. I was not a part of the clubs. And, you know, I think deep down, I would watch these groups that had this team spirit and this camaraderie and this group, right? And I always kind of wanted to be a part of one, but I just wasn't. I always had like a close friend, or I was kind of clung on to my boyfriend, who I say, you know, is actually my husband now. But I wanted that, and I didn't even know how much I wanted it. So when I got into this business, are you crying?
Yeah, you're giving me a tear over here.
Okay. Well, when I got into this business, I remember there came a moment where, you know, when you first start, you get going and you grab, how Maytel says, one friend, and then one friend, one by one, person by person, and you begin to build this business. Well, all of a sudden you wake up and you go, oh my gosh, I have this community. I have all these girls that are supporting me, all these girls that are uplifting me. I remember talking to someone and she goes, she said something about, you're just always so kind and you're always so this. And I said, you know what it is? It's that I'm surrounded by people that bring out the best in me. Like, it's because of all of these people that I am truly my best. And so that's what this whole thing represents, is the community, the impact that's being made, the dreams, the goals, and all that kind of stuff. And I can go on and on and on.
Yeah.
But but we're getting off track. So anyways, with that being said, this industry is amazing. This industry is worth it. This industry is, I know it's not for everyone. We need the doctors, we need the nurses, we need everyone. But if you are looking for something just a little bit more, if you're looking just to create a little bit more income, I encourage you just to reach out to myself, to reach out to Maytal, and we would love to walk you through this. We would love to show you why we're doing what we're doing. And just how she said, it's simple. This is so simple. You're sharing with your friends. Does it take work? 100% absolutely. This is a job, but it's a fun job and it's a rewarding job. And I'm going to throw this back over to Maytal really quick. She's going to give you just a quick analogy, and I just love it because it really is exactly what this is all about. And then we'll end.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, Britt, it's just one of those things where, you know, we were kind of discussing this earlier, and we just live in a society where we all just want instant gratification, right? Like, we all want instant oatmeal. We want instant rice. We don't want to wait in line. We go through a drive-through. Like, we want everything now. And it's so crazy to me because I think about how people, like, they jump on a career or they get hired for a job and they're so willing to give it everything that they have, and they end up working it 40 years, and half the time, like, they lose themselves in it, and they have nothing really to show in the end. But more than anything, like, when I take a look at this business, I think to myself, like, you can't have an instantaneous mindset. Like, nobody, I don't know, it just blows me away that people just want instant success. And don't get me wrong, I've had those thoughts too. I'm guilty. We've all had them, right? But you know, there's this story which blew me away. So for those of you who are either in this industry, you know, maybe you're not even with our company, maybe you're with a different company, or maybe you're in this industry, or maybe you work something else. The story might speak to you. But I don't know if you guys have ever heard about a bamboo tree. And a bamboo tree comes out of China. And if you knew anything about a bamboo tree, bamboo trees require a lot of attention, They actually have to be watered every single day. And so I just want you to imagine for 1 second, just having planted a bunch of bamboo trees or seeds outside of your home. And you're sitting there, and every day you're going out there and you're giving it water every single day. And year 1 goes by and you haven't even seen that thing sprout yet. And year 2 goes by and you still haven't seen anything sprout yet. And your neighbors are watching you next door. They're like, who's the kooky girl? What's she doing? What is she doing out there just watering this dirt all the time? And nothing is even sprouting out 2 years in. And then we give it 3 years, and 3 years goes by, and still these bamboo trees have not grown yet. And year 4 goes by. And the neighbors are still laughing like, man, this girl is crazy. She's been out there watering this dirt forever and nothing is happening. Like, what does she think? And then all of a sudden, what begins to happen with a bamboo tree is in year 5, a bamboo tree actually grows. Britt, this is like amazing. A bamboo tree grows 3 feet every 24 hours. 3 feet every 24 hours for 6 weeks.
It's crazy.
It blows me away, because imagine the magnitude of how nothing happened. And I think of it like this business. Let's just give the analogy towards this type of business. You know, you're going through it, you're talking to people, they're giving you no's, and they're telling you you're crazy. They're telling you you're involved in a scam. They're telling you that you're operating with this and with they're throwing everything at you. But you are faithfully still giving that bamboo tree its water, right? And in year 5, all of a sudden it grows 90 feet tall, so sturdy, so that when the wind comes, it can't shake it, it can't move it. And it grows 90 feet. And what did I write here? It says it builds a root system so strong that it can handle it. And what a bamboo tree begins to do is it builds itself from the roots down. It has to get so strong from the inside out so that it can be able to manage and control the weight of the magnitude of how this tree